Many foods in our diets negatively impact our health. Some are so harmful that they should be banned altogether. Yet many foods continue to be sold in grocery stores under the pretense of being healthy when they do more harm than good. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Today's video will unmask what these foods are and why they should be banned immediately. Join us as we dig deeper and explain why these foods should be taken off your grocery list. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Number 1. First on our list, we have farmed salmon. Salmon is highly appreciated for its nutritional value and wide-ranging health benefits. This is because salmon contains omega-3 fatty acids, which are known for enhancing cellular function, facilitating nervous system regulation, and strengthening the immune response. However, while many consider salmon a good food, not all salmon is as good for you as you might think. So, how can you tell if a salmon is good? The answer lies in their habitat. The salmon available to us comes primarily from two sources. One is caught in the wild, and the other is bred on commercial farms. If we compare the nutritional composition of the two kinds of salmon, wild salmon is far better than farmed salmon. Studies show that wild salmon has high amounts of natural minerals such as calcium and iron. On the other hand, farmed salmon only contains these minerals in trace amounts and boasts high fat content amounting to almost 20% of the whole fish. Although it is normal for fish to ingest contaminants from the water they swim in, research suggests that farmed fishes have higher levels of pollutants, such as PCBs and dioxins, than wild salmon. These synthetic chemical compounds usually come from industrial wastes and accumulate in our environment over some time. They can be highly harmful to our bodies as they're known to be potential endocrine disruptors. These substances interfere with your body's hormones and adversely affect your developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune functions. Farmed salmon are also more prone to infections and contagious diseases than their wild-born counterparts. Companies look to cut back costs and maximize their profits by farm-raising fish in high densities that contain thousands times more fish than they would if they were naturally in their habitats. So, what happens when a densely packed farm fish becomes infected with a foreign pathogen that causes disease? With the proximity of the fishes to one another and the wide availability of hosts, the pathogen can multiply quickly and mutate further. An example of this is Flavobacterium columnare, a typical fish pathogen occurring in freshwater farms worldwide. This is extremely concerning as this production of farmed salmon is rising dramatically worldwide and is estimated to take over 2/3 of the global fish consumption by the year 2030. What's interesting is these companies supplying the population with these fish are not unaware of their dangers of farming fish. To counter disease, they often feed antibiotics to the fish. Yet, most of the time, this practice is irregular and quite irresponsible. Suppose too many antibiotics accumulate in the farmed salmon. In that case, trace amounts of these antibiotics will be transferred to our bodies too. This could severely affect our health over the long term. Number 2. Next up, we have Ractopamine-tainted meats. Ractopamine is a feed additive that enhances muscle mass and improves feed efficiency in pork, turkey, and cattle. But did you know that ractopamine-tainted meats have been linked with severe health issues and animal behavioral problems? It can also have various health repercussions on humans, like increased likelihood of toxicity. Although studies that evaluate ractopamine's effect on humans are limited, they're well enough in number to raise concerns. Although some countries, such as the United States, have approved its use and deemed it safe, ractopamine has been shown to cause severe problems in livestock due to its ability to mimic stress hormones and convert feed into muscle mass at an accelerated rate. One potential health risk is Downer syndrome. This condition causes affected animals to be unable to stand or rise for extended periods. Sometimes these animals are euthanized for humane reasons or to reduce economic loss. Meat from downer animals is often considered unfit for human consumption and may be wasted. Almost 3/4 of pigs in the U.S. meat industry fed with ractopamine are known to have more adverse health effects such as broken limbs, hyperactivity, and even death than those fed with commercial drugs. Additionally, such animals provide an inferior meat quality as drugs negatively impact its taste and tenderness. Studies have shown increased cardiovascular stress and reproductive and endocrine problems in animals fed with ractopamine. Although research surrounding ractopamine's health impacts on animals and humans is limited, they still identify the potential health risks associated with the drugs used in livestock. Many countries, including China, Russia, and the European Union, have opted to ban this drug due to the safety concerns. However, the United States and Canada support and allow its usage within certain limits. They argue that a ban on ractopamine is a protectionist policy that seeks to give other countries a market advantage, which may partly be true. Nevertheless, the lack of human-based studies to determine its safety is a logical reason to reconsider its use. It's essential to prioritize public safety over economic profits and avoid unnecessary risks that may endanger our health. Number 3. Next, let's discuss processed foods containing artificial colors and dyes. Do you remember the last time you were so mesmerized by ice cream flavors that you ended up with 2 instead of picking 1? The psychological impact of food coloring can be intense. Studies have backed this claim and concluded that the brighter the food option, the more you'll be tempted to eat it. And it may not come as a shock that this tactic is more effective in children than adults. To maximize profits, companies use artificial food coloring and dyes to make their processed foods more attractive to customers. But here's the twist. The available studies on using dyes raise different levels of concern. Most food colorings used in the United States have been suspected of some sort of health risk. The most common claim being their carcinogenic nature. A few animal studies established that the red 3 dye is known to cause cancer. One study found that yellow 5 dye tested positive for genotoxicity, which means that it can potentially damage the genetic material in cells. A few others, like red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6, contain benzidine, a manufactured chemical dye that does not occur naturally and is a grayish yellow, white, or reddish gray. It's widely known to cause urinary bladder cancer. Studies also suggest that it could adversely affect other organs, such as the stomach, kidney, brain, mouth, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, bile duct, and pancreas. However, much to our relief, major U.S. dye manufacturing companies have stopped benzidine production. It's no longer in widespread use as it was a few decades ago, but the threat continues to linger as it's not fully banned. Small amounts of benzidine may still be manufactured or imported into the country, which can be fatal for our health. Studies have also found a close association between artificial food colorings and hypersensitivity in children. Removing these dyes from their diet helped lower their hypersensitive symptoms like red lashes, flaky skin, fever, swelling, dry mouth, and white blood cell count abnormalities. Number 4. Last on our list, we have dairy products laced with rBGH. If you're a big fan of dairy products, sorry to burst your bubble, but your milk-related products are not as safe as you make them out to be. Many cattle farms inject their cows with rBGH, or recombinant bovine growth hormone, to increase milk production. While rBGH is not directly harmful to us, we're worried about another hormone that can have adverse effects on human health, which is IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor 1. But what does rBGH have to do with IGF-1? Studies have shown that cows treated with rBGH hormone are usually reported with high levels of IGF-1 hormones. Research suggests that high amounts of IGF-1 hormone are known to produce cell growth in some cells, leading to tumor development. Prostate, colorectal, and breast cancer are often also linked to elevated IGF-1 levels. However, further research is needed. Besides, increased rBGH usage has also been associated with adverse effects in cows, including mastitis, an inflammation in the breast tissue that signals an underlying infection, foot problems that can cause lameness, fever and appetite loss, and reactions at injection sites. Although the United States still approves the usage of rBGH in dairy farms, its demand has significantly taken a back seat due to growing apprehension about its ill effects. A lack of evidence is as good as a worst-case scenario, so until substantial research establishes the safety of such products, it's better to shun them altogether. Our well-being depends a lot on the type of food products we eat, so it's essential to choose them wisely. It's important to stay informed and educated so the next time you go grocery shopping, you know you're choosing what's best for you. Looking to learn more about some offbeat, super healthy food options? Why not check out our video on 10 exotic fruits packed with health benefits you need to eat, or the 10 surprising health benefits of eating cloves every day. Go ahead, click one, or better yet, watch both. Did anything in today's video shock you? Let us know in the comments below.